What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today's video is going to be a demonstration of how to create a 3D model of a house using SketchUp. So SketchUp is an awesome, really powerful 3D modeling tool. The free version hosted on the internet is already just an incredible tool. It's amazing that you can get it for free, and everything I'm going to show you how to do in this tutorial, you absolutely can do with the free tool. The added benefits of Pro are nice if you're doing this sort of thing all the time, but you definitely can create some really impressive models just using the free online software. So to get started, even though it's a 3D model of a house, a really important step is creating an accurate 2D floor plan. This is super important because you can't just start by creating a 3D area. Everything becomes more difficult to modify if you have a room size or a closet size that you get slightly off in 3 dimensions. It's a lot more work to correct than if you just make sure that you have a dimensionally accurate 2D floor plan. If you're doing anything where you need to know if you can fit certain things in certain spaces, then creating like thickness for your walls of about 4.5 inches, which is like the standard thickness of an interior 2x4 wall, that becomes super duper important because you need to make sure you capture that. Otherwise, your exterior dimensions of your house aren't going to make any sense with the interior dimensions that you measure. So if you went room to room and compiled measurements of each room, you're going to find that there's like missing inches in every room if you also know the total exterior size of your house, and the explanation for that is wall thickness. So even capturing things like that are really useful and really important in creating a good floor plan. You don't always have to put things like bathroom fixtures in, like I'm not going to put a tub or a sink in this fixture or in this bathroom. And for the kitchen, I'm not going to worry too much about defining all of the appliances, but having a rough idea where they do go on your 2D floor plan actually still is going to make bringing it into 3 dimensions significantly easier. So once you have an accurate 2D floor plan, and if you're not doing your house, if you're doing this for practice or you want to create like a dream house or a model home, you can just go to Google, and there are so many great free floor plans just by typing in 2D floor plan, whatever style you want, colonial, Victorian, 1600s, ranch style, ultra modern. Just type in whatever you want. Google has so many options. There's so many great resources for free online, and you can follow those floor plans in SketchUp. So that's super useful to know as well. Once you have a great 2D floor plan fully defined, it's time to start bringing it into 3 dimensions. And it's a pretty easy measurement to take if you're doing this based on a real house, to just figure out how tall the rooms in your house are. So you can just measure from floor to ceiling, or you can use, if you're doing an online floor plan and it's not called out on the floor plan, you can just use 9 feet. That's a standard high ceiling. 8 feet is kind of a standard, it's considered standard. Any lower than 8 feet is a low ceiling. There's technically some parts of the country and some older houses that are grandfathered in and have like 7-foot ceilings, but 8-foot ceilings are considered most places the minimum for a modern house. So pick a ceiling size and start extruding all of your objects up. You specifically want to click on the walls that you made with width. And here's where it's important. If you make walls that do not have width, like they're just lines, then once you extrude everything up 9 feet, you can still work with it, but you're going to need to delete the ceiling out everywhere, because now it's going to try to generate a roof over it because it thinks it's extruding like a solid cube of material, because it doesn't see the walls as a different subject than the room. So when I say extrude, that's the push-pull tool. It's basically turning things 3D that were 2D. Once you have it fully extruded, you need to go back and do some detailed work. Like if you defined, like I do, doorways in your 2D model and show on the floor plan where each doorway goes, then once you extrude and the doors aren't included, you need to go back and add like the ceiling structure over the floor plan, over the doorways. because a standard door is only like 80 inches high, even though, you know, when you do the extrusion, it just looks like a gap in the entire wall. We only want it to be 80 inches high, so make sure to add that. Go back into your kitchen, add realistic heights for your dishwasher, for your stove, for your fridge. Your fridge will be around 6.5, 7 feet high. And if you have a specific model in mind, you can always find the specs of the specific fridge you're using online. That stuff's almost always completely publicly available. Okay, so once you have everything defined, you can throw things like door handles and cabinet handles down if you really want to, if that's going to make you feel better about the model. It all depends on what level of depth you're going for. I'm going to keep this one fairly generic, so it's a little bit faster of a tutorial. But once you have everything in 3 dimensions, it's time to start adding materials and textures, and this is what really makes it kind of an encouraging, nice to look at model. So you grab the paint bucket, and SketchUp just has so many built-in free textures. If you do want something that's photorealistic, you're going to have to export your model into what's called a Blender engine if the presets in SketchUp aren't good enough for you. But I'm just going to use presets in this whole model just to show you. So we'll do like carpet on the floors. We'll put wood on the cabinets. We'll do like quartz for the counters and stainless steel for the fridge. We'll just paint the walls some colors. We'll do like a salmon here and then some light gray. And that's going to look pretty nice together. I'm going to actually use glass for the door going out to the balcony because I want to show this one super nice feature of SketchUp's materials. If you do glass, it's going to automatically give it a certain level of transparency, so you can see in the model, you can actually see through the glass. So technically you have a solid here, but it's see-through. This is what you do for like glass doors and windows so that you can indicate that there is something here, but we want to be able to see through it, and SketchUp's able to handle that. So that's really cool. And then the last thing, if you're doing a full house, if you really want it to look accurate from the outside too, is you want to create a roof structure. And you can look up standard roof structures. A normal pitch is like every 3 feet of run, you do 1 foot of rise. I think for this one, I did almost 1-to-1. So you can see it's got a ridiculously high peak. But once you create a roof structure, it just closes off the model, and you can add exterior texture as well. You can do roof shingles and siding for your house, and you can use all their built-in cool exterior tools like the stone and rock finishes. So that all looks really nice. And then one really cool thing I like a lot about SketchUp is their walk feature. So you can kind of simulate walking through your model, and it gets you this really cool kind of visual of what it would be like to actually walk into this house. So this is a really great tool, particularly as you get further in your models, to start visualizing, okay, it looks great on a computer where you can zoom in and zoom out and rotate 360 degrees and make stuff invisible and bring it back. But this walk tool is actually giving you a realistic sense of what it would be like to walk through this house. So that's a quick crash course on how to build a house, 3D modeled house in SketchUp. Again, this entire thing can be done for free on the web tool so far in 3D modeling, and then decide whether or not you need a paid version of SketchUp. So I hope you found this useful. If you did, please consider checking out the other videos on the channel. Let me know what you want to see more of in the comments below. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton. And as always, good luck with your projects, and thanks for watching. Thanks. Bye.